Alright, first things first, we're going to do a little audio test. This game is screaming in my ear. I'm going to get my girlfriend to help me. So first off, let's turn down. Let's see if I can get a music feedback here. I'll try about half. Sounds effects. We'll leave voice. We'll try that. How does that sound, Jesse? Does it sound okay? My voice over top of that, all right? All right. Okay, we're just going to hang out for a minute, see if we can get anybody watching here. Got to decide whether we're going to do a new game or I have a game slot with NG+2, which is, I have all the weapons and everything, but it's pretty intense, difficult. It is and it isn't. I hit harder than I would at the beginning, but they have, of course, their damage scaling and resistance scaling goes up as well. So I think for the start of this one at least, we'll start at the beginning so everybody can kind of see that happen, at least in the archived video. That. And just sit tight and watch the movie.
The ancient Greeks once said, "A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in." We tend to forget about this, tend to be careless, but we have to rise to the task together. It's up to all of us to sow those seeds, and it's up to us to nurture them towards growth. Creo is not just another company. With Project Resolve, we are building the path to the future. Follow us into a new era, a utopia for all mankind. With every launch, we're healing our planet, restoring its natural shield. A return to the green world we remember, where our children can once more play in the sun. Resolve is not only revitalizing the Earth, but its people too. We've all dreamed of it, and now Creo is making it a reality. Together, we're strong. Together, we can make a change. Unleash your potential with us.
Welcome. I know you're glad to be here. I am, and I'm glad to see ya. Creo, you know who we are, or at least you think you do. Everywhere you turn, we're there, whether you see us or not. Maybe it's time to take a closer look. Creo is one of the world's largest manufacturers of consumer and industrial products, but we're so much more, and that's why you're here. At Creo, we're always reaching for the stars. See, we've always had our eyes on the big picture. From our work in the Third World, Valuable Minds Inner-City Education Initiative, and of course, programs like Project Resolve that benefit us all. Creo not only wants to change the world, with Project Resolve, we aim to save it. There's no divide here. At Creo, we're all in this together. So welcome to your new life as part of the Creo family.
Final stop. Russo Station. Exit to the right.
All right. Let me just post this here so people can find this. What are we doing? We're on the Surge. Live. Sounds good enough for me. Okay. Now for the surprise part of this. Roll that on our wheelchair. Interesting way to start the game. Never had one like that before.
Welcome to
Really neat
Creo.
because it kind of goes.
We're happy to welcome you as part of our ever-expanding family. Please proceed directly to registration.
Hey, sorry, I'm new around here, so where should I go?
They're waiting for you in job registration.
Sure.
So you get to start off this way, and then of course you get the exosuit, which takes you out of your wheelchair. Which for the character, I guess, is, well, you see through the story.
All passengers, please proceed to job registration immediately. This station will be shut down shortly.
Welcome to registration. Creo believes in the right tool for the right job and the right person to wield it.
So we're in the facility where they would have, you know, hiring for this company, which is basically a bio research company, and they send rockets in the atmosphere to help fix the.
Please choose from our 2 currently available positions and form an orderly queue.
They give
You
the
will
op-
receive your personal work gear voucher after registration.
Thank you. And you get to pick one of 2 suits to start off with. I've never actually picked the Rhino suit to start with, and even when you start, you don't get to use it, so I'm assuming you'd find maybe...
If you believe you can move mountains, Creo has the job for you. Because as a heavy operator, you can literally do that. Pure power, relentless performance. Nothing can hold you back. Are you ready? Then join us as a heavy operator and save tomorrow today.
Yeah, so you can apply to use the Rhino suit, which, you know, I don't understand this part of the game because you do end up facing enemies right off the bat, almost that have it, so you can craft that armor anyway. And the Rhino suit is slower than the Lynx, so I prefer speed over force. This game is sort of, your agility is important, I think. And it's very interesting, very neat, this game. Like, you'll see all through this, we're at the facility where there's this gigantic facility where people would work. You'll even see there's a theme park we'll go to where if you work there, you know, your family can go to. And just have billboards everywhere showing the technology going on here. It really makes it, honestly, this game, there's not a piece of it.
If you like living life in the fast lane, Creo provides you with the highway to success as a field technician. Light, Versatile. State of the art. Gear up and save tomorrow today.
What was I saying now? Anyway, we're gonna go with this suit. But yeah, oh yeah, I was saying the immersion in this game, just the facility itself, it's massive, and it all interconnects with itself. It's a Souls-style game, so you're constantly farming for tech scrap in this in order to build the armor and pieces you come across, armor or mech suit or whatever you call this, exoskeleton. And as you further into the game, you find better cores for it, where you can increase your component capacity. You're going to see in this game also that you have your power split up between your health, stamina, and energy, and you have to balance those three gauges as you're moving through the level and stuff. Whenever you swing, you're going to use stamina. Running will use stamina. Everything that you do will use stamina. And of course, if you run out of stamina, you won't be able to move anymore. So it's important that you time things properly in this game. You have to be patient. You can't, and plan things out. You can't just go in swinging. You'll more than likely run out of energy. Because don't forget, the suit itself is based on weight, and even the weapon you're using drains your energy more if it's heavier. It's all in this game. Most of the physics, I was very impressed with it. So, let's apply.
Rig installation program running. Program complete. Patient sedated. Initiating surgery.
Looks like fun, eh?
Implanting neural link.
And that's how you get your suit. Yeah, exactly. It's important to note that sort of this facility's kind of gone haywire. That's part of what's going on. We're applying for the job at exactly the time when this place has gone all to... Something's gone wrong, and we're going to find out what it is. We're sort of just here to push a broom around, but of course, this has happened.
You have been designated for disassembly.
What? Now you see with this game, you can dodge. You need to dodge. Until you learn how to not get hit. You almost don't want to attack anything. It's once you know how to get out of the way, then you can take the time or take your chance. You have block, which isn't going to save you, so take life off. There's a lot of controls in this game, so you'll see whenever I'll have to go over it slow in order to describe it all. The first thing is targeting. Now, when I press the R3 button in, it targets an enemy. Now, these enemies, there's only one target, you know, they only have their center target, so I can't pick what I want to hit, and I'm also not going to get anything off them really, other than some tech scrap. Nothing I can craft though. Now you see there I press my O button, and up in the top I have a component comes with you when you start. That's basically a health recharge that's using your energy to do it. So you can build up energy, like kinetic energy, by attacking. Right now I don't even have that ability. It comes, I think, later in it. And I'm just picking up some implants that you will find implants, and then you'll find tech scrap and crafting material, armor, weapons, so on. So the first thing we do is we get to our med bay. But that's the first thing in the game, is that you can't actually do anything until I can probably attach what's available now. Okay, so I haven't played this game in quite some time. It's been maybe a year. And then this works with your core power supply. So you only have so much slots here based on that. You'll see here it's opening up a new one at 15, at 25, 35, and 45. Right now we're only at level 10. But once we find a core, we can use the tech scrap to upgrade our core power consumption. As we raise that number, it'll allow us to put more components in, raises our strength, stuff like that. It's very well balanced. That's for sure. So at the very start here, there's not much you can do. This would be our crafting zone, but we can't operate it yet. The first thing we have to do, oh, here we'll talk to her.
Are you receiving? Hello? Can you hear me?
Right here.
Are you still there? Your rig has been damaged. Its distress beacon has been triggered. You need to get back into the factory.
Well, okay. I'll just stroll right on over to the factory then.
I certainly don't recommend walking, but there should be a maglev station nearby. They're never far from ops.
Okay.
I don't know you. I'm surrounded by dead people here. Maybe someone would like to explain what's going on.
I'm sorry, I don't know. You need to get inside. Maybe you can make something to protect yourself. Operations always has a gear assembly.
The rig seems to work for me. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. I mean, I can walk. Huh. Never thought I'd be able to say that again.
Well, that's good to hear, but the power core is damaged. You'll have to find a new one to make your rig fully functional.
On my way.
Be careful. And don't forget to replace the power core of your rig, or you're not going to get very far.
Okay. So you can even feel it in this game right now. I don't have a power core, and so I don't even move as good. I'm slower. And as you build up, you'll get, you know, move faster and stuff. I'm not moving too bad. It's one of the first bosses. Maybe the second or third firebug. He's actually a recycling robot at this factory. So now you'll see here with an enemy, a man here, I can pick his head, his right arm, his left arm, right leg, his left leg, and also pick his torso. Now, if I wanted to take his weapon, I would need to take his arm, basically. And if I want to take just his armor on his left arm, you'll see if it's blue, it's showing us that there's no armor there. So he's easier to kill, but you're not going to get any blueprints out of him. But I think for the start of the game, they want us to hit him in the unarmored area. It's basically showing you, like, to live. Now, one of the components I picked there that you seen was the triangle, and it's a detector, basically. So when we get close to something we want, it's gonna go all high pitch like that. Basically, you have to proceed around here. Take these guys out. What do they want me to do now? Attack unarmed body parts to do more. Yeah, so we don't have to. So we'll take him. We'll take his weapon here. There we go. And you have to make sure to hit that part too. If you don't hit the part you're trying to get, and you cause more damage everywhere else, it won't give you the opportunity to cut it off. It may not even let us without our core power because we're just not strong enough. Yeah, it's actually saying we have to go for an unarmored part. Okay. It's a lot harder on Alright, maybe it's because we're not aimed. What does it want us to do? Okay. It wants us to go for the arm. It's not going to let us kill him until we take his arm out, I guess. Alright, there we go. It's trying to teach me how to play. I already know, so it's a little bit... Wanted to start at the beginning, though.
Damn it, why don't you listen? You need to upgrade your power core or replace it, otherwise you ain't getting through that door. If you keep trying to overload it without the proper power capacity, security is gonna end up all over your ass. We've come too far to get caught now. Those implants are worth thousands. This is our golden ticket out of here, man. Don't screw it up.
Back now to ops, install it, and then we can just instruct.
Do you require assistance, Warren?
Back here. Fire up the old rig. So now we have our scrap we can use to increase our power level. So you'll see here for the next level we need 395. So it'll take that, it'll tell us our next level, give us the replace amount, which we can now bank. We have a bank. You'll see in the bottom left hand corner where it says Ops 115. That's where we've saved it. And as you go, you're banking it. So if you don't bank it, that's where you're going to run into, similar to a Souls game where you lose your souls you're collecting. Once you're out there, the amount of tech scrap, and then the number goes up too, which was really neat in this game that isn't in a Souls game that I've played. But as you carry more tech scrap, the multiplier goes up and up and up and up. So the longer you take that chance and the higher the risk gets, the more you can make. Now, if you die out there, you drop that tech scrap wherever you died, and you have to make it back and get it. And of course, the deeper you go into these levels, the way they work is that until you make it back around through some sort of shortcut, you're all the way out there. And if you die, you have to go back all the way out there. And if you can't get to your tech scrap, you basically have to start all over again. If you die on your way to it, it's gone for good. So, not sure that it's a bit of a thing in these games that maybe turns some people off, but I'm telling you, it makes the game intense. That's what makes it intense, especially when you're into it and you're trying to build that up, because that's your survivability. This is the kind of game, like, it drove me to want to level up, power up, because you always feel like you're weak. The enemies always feel stronger than you. They'll just squash you. So, yeah. Now, in my...
Connection to database restored. Checking database. Gear voucher detected.
Which they're talking about the machine here. So we redeem our voucher.
Gear voucher redeemed.
Now with legs and arm gear. Control rod. So we're going to go here. And you'll see in the crafting table you have your crafting and your upgrading. In your crafting, you're going to need tech scrap of the right kind, or you need tech scrap, and then you also need the right components, which is when we take off limbs and stuff, not only do you get the blueprint, which will show up here. This is basically your blueprint list. You will also get certain type of material. So for this, I don't believe we have enough. Let me see. No. So that's where this is where these kind of games now force you to do the farming, you see. So we can't build the legs, can't build the arms, can't upgrade. We go here. This is where we would be picking our different gear. It's going to give us the arms, I think, because we started working here. We get one arm. One arm and one leg. Now, what you have to do...
Come back anytime.
We come back out here. Enjoy taking these guys apart. And if you do, and you pick the right... I think you should have dropped something there. Maybe I got the wrong part here. So for example, this guy, wherever he's yellow, you can take it. So his leg, we need a leg. Let's take a leg. We gotta make sure we hit that leg. There we go. Thank you very much. See, so now we're picking up the Link's leg gear. That's what I love about this game. It's that simple. You see it on them, you take it. Anyone you run into, you like what they're wearing, cut it off. Here, his weapon. So you watch my stamina too. It's the, excuse me, the greenish yellow. Whenever I swing, I use a bit of it. Have to be close enough to do this. And take that. Thank you very much. Now say the new weapon we picked up. It's beautiful. Why can't they do that in every game? On his head. Oh, look at how powerful he is. Knock him right on his butt. There, we got the headgear. Now we have our power core. We can overcharge these different conduits or whatever they are. Yeah, power circuit to do like we wouldn't be able to get through this door until we do. So we can now, if we want. I'll just show you for an example. So these what are we missing here? Let's find this. Something here. Aha. Got that. There's something else here. It's been so long since I've been here. Give me my component. Where the heck? Must be in here. Because it'll pick up. Oh, it's still here. Yeah, it's this. Just small pile of tech scrap. Okay, so now we take our scrap back to our ops.
Hello.
We can go there, we can go straight to here. Now we have the schematics, you'll see for the different things. We already had the legs, I guess, so we didn't really need them. But now we can't make that yet. You'll see we need 737, we have 537. No, we have 737. Oh, we don't have enough cortical processor MK1. And then for the legs, you need pneumatic helix MK1. For the arms, you need force regulator MK1. So that's what you're kind of getting when you're cutting it off of them. So you need to get enough of them. I can't remember if you get 2 per or 1. But basically, that's what that's saying. So if I want to make these another leg for myself, I have to cut off a couple legs. Take a couple heads if you want to make the goggles.
Take care.
The reason why I wanted to start off a new game than the other one, because I am further into the game in my new game plus 2. So I thought I would show everything that someone new to the game would encounter starting out, and then we can start the NG plus 2 game where I have every weapon and all the gear already. Just show that stuff off and try it all out. See if we can beat it on NG plus 2. I'll just show you now what happens here so that we're opened up to the exact same spot I am in the other game. Okay, so we overcharge this. The power of our suit. And it opens up the door. And as you progress into these rooms, they get more and more difficult. So in this room, we have one guy here, we have one guy there, we have another one behind the wall here. another one behind the tunnel over there. If they all get on you, you're probably going to be in serious trouble without experience. Without memorizing their move set, you'll run into timing stuff wrong. You see, I just get out of the way in time there. And then you have to walk it off a bit to get your stamina back. You know what he's going to do. If you're not able to stun him, when he completes his attack, some of these guys can one-hit you. See, my health's already down just from a couple bumps. And then this other guy will come. Oh, health up there. Alright, where do we want to head? Now, the way the buttons work, there's all these combo settings too, so we can hold down R2, come in with the big slam. It's got nice slow motion. And then you got higher proficiency with each type of weapon you use. So this is the one-handed. Same as with the swords and stuff like that. You have two-handed. You have staffs, two-handed staffs. You have like what he's got there. It's another one-handed, but it's considered something different. Works is that you have to keep farming until you get your core power high enough. Basically, it's the way the game goes. Yeah, you're not good enough to go on from here. Little butt to the face. You can do a run fast and then click your attack button. Give him a little butt to the face. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll try out a different weapon here. So we have a staff. This is my favorite weapon in the game. You see why? The reach. Watch your health because you can regenerate it with your stored up energy. And this would be one of the shortcuts, but it won't let you open it until you are able to, I think, undo some of the charged. You have to overcharge some stuff. We passed a bunch of shortcuts, so we'll get to those next. can open up this one. Now the shortcuts are what keep you alive. Like I don't know if I make this look easy or not, but I think the first time I played this, I probably died at the first guy quite a few times. Knowing the combos is cool. Just figure them out though. Literally there's 2 kinds of staff move sets, 2 kinds of hammer move. For every type of weapon, there's 2 types of move sets. So you got lots of variety to play with. Alright, so let's open up this other door that I keep passing. So we come around here. Now this will bring us back to the beginning. So we don't have to...
I can't believe they just fired Dr. Chavez. After the years of hard work and dedication she's put into this company. I suppose that's what you get when you stand up for your convictions. The worrying thing is, she's right. I've seen the data. We've got to keep working, now more than ever. Lesser people would give up, but she's not one of them. And if she won't, I won't.
Get multiple enemies. Oh. Now we take our tech scrap.
Do you require assistance, Warren?
And now we can make this. See? So we need 1 more leg. Can't do that. Can't do the arm, but we got enough head pieces. Craft that. That's all we can do. So now we go back to our inventory. Headgear. Like this. So you see the difference would be without it. It's adding 5 to our defense. It's low stability, but it's better than not having it. Only is taking up 1 core consumption. So out of our 11 we have now, it uses 1 just to wear that. And that's sort of how you need to do your build, is you only have so much core power. The different armor types use different amounts depending on what it is or what it came from. Same with the weapons. Some weapons use a lot more than others so. Sorry, the weapons don't use core consumption though. It's basically whatever is built into your rig. But the weapons do have weight and energy consumption based on basically how heavy they are. So yeah, this increases our damage to armored parts on enemies, but decreases our damage to unarmored parts. Just wearing this does. So you'll find different headpieces will increase it. You'll have like a higher percentage against armored. There's even one where you have both or higher to wear it. So you have to do your build accordingly. The Lynx is the fastest set. Also, it is the weakest. Now we can go back out here to the beginning. All the enemies, every time you go to the ops, will reset. So if you want to practice with the same, basically you imagine them all like separate type battle rooms that, you get better at. Jeez. Can't swing because I don't have any stamina. Let's go hide out here. And then you can tap again on R3 to let go of a lock. Right there, lock on him. And press R3 again, let go of the lock. Lock on this guy instead. These drones have different types of attacks, taking your energy. You also get drones in this game. Missed that. Can't go back to it now. Unless we go back around. To jump, you have to be running, which is L3 tapped, and then L3 again to jump. X is dash. R1 is a light attack. R2 is your heavy attack. You can also hold the button down for an extended attack, or with the R2, if I just tap it, I believe, yeah, see, yeah, that's tapping it, this is holding it, so it is a much harder hit. Smash. Oh boy. And this guy is the guy that will teach us a lesson now. He's the hardest guy. Let's see what we do here. Nice. Oh. Nice. So now we're really close to the door, so for an example, taking that chance right there is really not a big deal. It's worth it. It's one of the things you'll find in this game, that right outside a door. What you want to do when you lose your text grabs, go right for it, hold your square button down. And the first time, I guess you get that silly thing that you just pick it up. Now if I die again, I don't lose it at least. It's added to the pile, so as you move around, collecting it, you get more and more and more. Until you have enough and you want to move on, you feel comfortable. This guy, say, if we want to upgrade our weapon the most, he's going to have the next value of the MK. Like he's the next enemy up, basically. Like the other enemies are going to give us a lower level than his. We're going to need them to upgrade stuff once, and then his stuff to upgrade it the second time. If he doesn't kill us once again. I do know a way to cheese him, but... Get out of the way! Stamina full. It's one of the things you gotta watch. It takes some getting used to. He's not even that tough either. hit him right off the bat. Oh, see, he's got better stability than me, so knocks me down. Stuns me. Jeez. Try a couple more and then I think I'll switch to the other one. I don't have the patience for it anymore for on the lower level. I just want my good stuff. I should be able to do it though, nonetheless. I'm not going to go very far and be plus if I can't beat him. But to be fair, I haven't played this game in like a year, I think, so we'll get the hang of it. Let's see what else have we got. No, we're not going to do this. Come on out here, bud. No. Just messing up now. Jeez, I can't even get out of it. Oh boy. Alright, well, what time is it? So this going to do an hour there. Yeah, we're pretty much there. Alright, I'll try once more. I'm jumping the gun because what you're supposed to do is see, I don't have all the armor yet. You're supposed to fight him when you're ready for that. When you're at that level. Which you probably have enough pet traps. Yeah, we'll try that out because I'd like to just still show that before I start the other one, if it's possible. Well, so we need to go out here.
Happy to help.
Take a couple arms and legs. With the weapon, the better, because with that we can upgrade our other weapons. Okay. Next guy. What has he got? Arm for us? Yep. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Pick it up. Oh, and we got the chainsaw. I'll take the leg. Thank you very much. Take a leg. find in this game it can be difficult to see sometimes. It is. It's part of the style. The lights are very bright.
Shouldn't you be at your designated work site?
No, the entire facility's gone to shite. See, so now we can do this. You'll see the force regulator MK1. Now we have 9 out of 8. And with the legs, we have 9/6. So we can make another leg, another arm. Now when we go to upgrade, you'll see we have 2 legs, 2 arms, so on and so forth. So now to upgrade these is where I'm talking about, I'll need to take down Mr. Spaceman there because he'll have the MK2. So the weapon, MK1, we still need 6 more of the tungsten alloy MK1, and that'll come from taking again, probably 2 weapons. So now anyway, we want to go here. Oh, okay, sure we crafted that. Oh, we didn't craft body gear, right, okay. So another arm, another leg. What? Oh, see, so there we're out of, that's a good thing to show. You'll see down the bottom, the right dial. There's 2 dials, there's tech scrap, core, power, consumption. The second one, we're at 10 out of 11. It's basically telling us that we only have 11 slots. We're using 10 of them right now, or 10 units right now. The leg takes up 2, so it would put us at 12. So now we want to upgrade our core. And just do that. And we can actually do it quite a bit because we farmed quite a bit there. Oh, we unlocked an implant slot. Now we go to implants. You see I've been playing with just the 2, even though we found a bunch now. So we come over here, and we have, this will increase our health by plus 13. Actually, I'm going to, this is just, whether it's my OCD or whatever, I find organizing this properly makes a big difference to me. Now, we have 2 health restorations. This one is going to give you 90 health. I think you only get so many, and if it's an injectable, you only get so many per run. So I think this one is 3, and you only get, once you've used it the 3 times, that's it. This one, have to read them. Injectable, it recharges health over 30 seconds. So I know it is health over time. It's an injectable again, though. It says injects a rejuvenating solution into the bloodstream that rapidly binds with the blood plasma and spreads throughout the body. Plasmic regenerators act as stabilizers in the case of non-life-threatening injuries, quick healing minor cuts and bruises. In the case of serious injuries, vital injections are recommended before seeking more comprehensive medical care. So, vital injection would be that one. So they're basically saying if you're, pretty well screwed and damaged really bad, you want to give yourself a vital injection. I haven't found that the only time I've used from my memory, we'll discover this again, but from my memory, the only time I ever used the plasmic regenerator was in a boss fight that I couldn't beat, and like trying different techniques or builds out. One of them was this power regeneration over time, and I had my health so high. A lot of these work in percentages and stuff. You'll find there's 2 kinds of health regeneration. One that works in a percentage of your health, or the other one works over time and stuff like that. So when it's a percentage or it's over time, depending on how much health you have, it can really benefit you. Basically, you're taking hits, but you're regenerating your health just as fast. So you basically would hit the button. I think this one's on the O button if you set it up, and you'll basically see your health go up very slowly. But like I said, the fight I was doing was actually so intense that I couldn't pay attention to my health. I had to just focus on staying out of this thing's way while it beat the crap out of me. And I tried to live as long as I could. So anyway, that's what that's for. We have medical audit, which displays enemy health gauge, which is handy. Not really priorities. Same as the proximity sensor that we're using. It's handy. It's not really a priority. We have also mechanized counterweight, which is an injectable that when you inject it, it increases your attack. So crush damage goes up +5, slash damage up +5, thrust damage up +5. It uses 12 on the wheel there. So it's not really something that you can use at the beginning unless you want to sacrifice a lot of stuff. Like right now we're at 12 out of 16. So to use it, for example, I would probably get rid of that. Still, no, that's because it doesn't use anything. This one's using nothing as well. This one uses 3. So let's just say you want to do a build in this game. Excuse me. Based on a specific component, you remove them all, or leave yourself a big enough variance in your in your core consumption. Then you pick the one you want. So that's going to take, again, like we're going to go from 7. Wait a minute here. What is it saying? Oh no, it's the wrong one, sorry. Okay, what's going on here? I'm screwing up something here. This uses 0, but it wouldn't let us put it on before. Why? Let's try this again. It's been a while. I'm trying to remember, like, maybe they changed something. Because it could be that the 2 sides, you can't do 2 injectables on one side. Yeah. I can't remember how that works now, though. One button's triangle and one's O. If I remember correctly, that might be what it is. So you can have, you see, injectable and a regenerator, but you cannot have 2 injectables on the same. That's what it is. Has to be. Well, let's find out. Cycle injectables. Press right to cycle through your current equipped injectables. So right goes to the 2 health ones. See, and the hammer doesn't even show up. So let's just check this again. There it is. Okay, so they're all on O. So you have to pick which one you want to use. So now the counterweight one, I'll show you. These guys. We don't need it for them, they're too small. Oh. Guy there? No? Okay. Well, now let's try this too. Let's go with something with a little more oomph. How about that? We'll take a rigged. The Asteer Spectra Bite single rigged. Whatnot. Alright, buddy. I'm gonna hit you a little harder this time. Oh, tricked me right off the bat. Now I have nothing I can do with that. This heat needs energy. Jeez. Just kicks it. So yeah, the injectable. Oh. Bad move. Alright. Well, that was fun and all. But, you know what they say, it's never the same when you gotta go backwards. So, for the sake of my sanity, now I'm pretty sure I've brought the other game up to this point. I don't
Look
think I've
out
gone
for your
past
fellow
this.
workers. They look out for you.
The only thing that's going to change is I beat the game twice. So we have all the weapons. I still have to upgrade them now for this one. Every time you beat it, it does a whole new upgrade system. So, but I have a way higher power core consumption. You'll see, right now we're going with just what the 5 components or so. I think I have nearly. I don't want to say this. We'll look for sure. We'll look ourselves. What we'll do though, save this thing.
Shouldn't you be at your designated work site?
In case it comes up, but we'll just bank that. Oh. Get over there, we go. The cigarette here relaxes. It's pretty intense. So, for me anyway, for you if you're watching, probably not so much. So you see here, we were at a core power of 16 on our new game there. On my existing game, I'm at a core power of 186. So I can carry a lot more, hit a lot harder. But of course the enemies and everything are gauged up too. So there we go. So if you see this different stuff I'm wearing here, this is basically the different armor sets and stuff you can get. These are all the hats, helmets. There's several. If you want, you can just go with the pair of glasses. We have the alien headgear. We have the odd, I don't know what you'd call that, the VR system. That VR system. That one. Then we have our Psycho face mask. It's for the, it's called the, what, Asclepius? I don't even know how to pronounce it. I guess it has something to do with surgery. He's the medic sort of look. We have the Proteus, which has a very predator type look, I think. This guy. And these are using a VR system or something like that to the idea of what the drone is. You'll see I have a drone on my shoulder now, which you get in the game as soon as you beat the first boss, which we'll go do again. I'll have to do again in this new game, but I won't I won't get any drone. I don't think I have them all. It's pretty neat though. The first time I ever did this, when you get the drone, it was like, oh, it's kind of cool. And you have 4 different drones. I think it's 4. One that shoots lasers, one that'll shoot a fire flare, lights things on fire, a stun, one that'll ground you more, like give you more stability. Yeah, so you have to play around with it. There's different ones. You need them for different things. And these are all the different helmets, basically. You run into parts in this game where the facility is toxic, like the toxic waste area, where we've seen that firebug comes from. There's a whole area there where you're fighting in toxic areas where you need to have the right kind of suit that's basically ventilating the toxicity out of the air. So this is one of them. You're seeing that. Oops. Oh, those are the different drones there. We have anti-kinetic shield, concussive module. So this guy here does a nice dive at them and headbutts them. We have area slowdown, so I think this one puts them kind of into a slow motion state. Now I have that as an actual component on the build though, where I can slow down time. One of my favorite features in any game, of course. So yeah, and then flamethrower, tank, focused infrared blaster, industrial electromagnet. So this one is to open certain doors in the facility, and then the flare launcher. I usually keep it on the focused infrared blaster. I believe I can change them while I'm playing. I don't remember. It's been a while. He basically helps you out, shoots whatever you're targeted onto. The knockdown one's actually, let's play around with that, because the knockdown one's handy. It'll knock a guy right over. And then there's different suit sets, right? So basically, if you went with this one, let's say you want to do the proper set, go with that. And we got the arms. Whoops, wrong one. Where's it? And now this suit is, whoops, I just screwed that up. That's from the DLC. Show you that after the mouse. Oh, I keep picking. What's it? Body and head. So that's the elite hazard gear, and has the best resistance to, I'm pretty sure it's the toxic waste. There's areas that are far worse than others, and this is the only suit that'll keep you 100% safe from what I remember. We also have the black Cerebus, which is probably the toughest in it, but it's not necessarily the best. One of the things is your drone power, the energy consumption of the drone. It's minus 30% with that, minus 30% with that one, minus 50% with that one. So you see you get better rates. This one it's plus 30%. So it's, you don't want to use a drone if you're wearing that one. I like this one the most because I get plus 4% damage on armored and plus 8% damage on unarmored. I don't think there's another one like it. Plus 4%, plus 4%. That's plus 8% on armored, but then minus 8% on unarmored. So this one we have, you know, it's good on both levels. And the drone, you can use the drone more often. I think it looks the coolest. My body now, this goes with this guy. I'll just show you this set. It's pretty weird. Where's his arms thing? This funny little magnetic. Because he is the nanotech. Near the end of the game, you run into these guys. I don't know if this is the scientist suit. Nano Ward. You need to wear this to work with the nanotech. And then you have weapons. Like, these are pretty cool, the nanotech weapons. There's a few of them. Let me just see if I can find one. There's his weapon. I'll show you that. It has like a... has a neat, you can see the nano stuff kind of sparkling all over the place. Oh yeah, you want to fight now, eh? Let's see how we do with this guy here. Get out of there. Use our drone here. Missed him. And we go down. It's not easy. That's for sure. That guy was even hard, you know, no matter when I played. There's still a lot harder guys, but alright, let's get in the right outfit here. So you see this guy looks pretty cool, but I don't like his chest is just in the way. His arms are in the way, they're slow. So these arms. I also have that suit, which is kind of, here, I'll do that. Where's the other one? I think there's a way to switch all the way to this. No? See how he does toe to toe. You have the different types of mech suits in this, where you have the fast and thin, and the medium class, and then your bigger class, and then the different variations of that as well. Excuse me for a second. And the yeah, so this guy here now, where this dude, oh, it's the wrong, sorry, it's the wrong back. This guy's got like a giant frame. There he is. It's a spaceman. To me, I think it's funny because he actually looks like a mouse in the right, like it's almost weird when you see it. Sometimes I think it's just funny, this guy, because I can't help myself. I do this silly little... It's very, for a big guy, he moves really fast. That's where he's getting me. Easily out. For stability and speed, this mousy spaceman's the best. We're gonna even make it interesting. Yeah, we got no energy, no life. Gets us. Alright, enough goofing around. Let's do this. So there's the mouse. He's got some cool sound effects coming in. That's how they did it with this game. It's from a DLC where you have the mascot as this guy, and you have to fight this giant cat that's kind of gone crazy with nanotechnology. Just, you get a special item if you beat the boss with the mouse. And then right here I'm using one of the best endgame two-handed weapons. It's got nanotech. Everything in this game leads up to nanotechnology basically coming alive, AI, in the game. We're just gonna kick the crap out of him right away. Stuns me good. That's it. We'll take that. That's the mouse. It's just the iron mouse. But back to my regular build here, which is basically the fastest arms with the most. These arms have a 10% impact and a 5% attack speed, so they're the only one that has, see, 10%, 5%, 15% attack impact, but only 3% attack speed. Plus, they don't tell you in this game, but also if something has a low stability, it has more speed. So we're going to do that. I usually just go with the legs that belong with the set. They look the coolest. That's my guy. Weapon of choice. We're going to add the Peacekeeper, which is probably my favorite in the game. I can find it. Should be one of the top. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to set it as a favorite. We're going to take that off. I don't want to be, sometimes it screws me up when I'll switch, so I don't want to have too many on as favorites, or you end up not being able to switch to the one you need, because at times you want something a little heavier or faster or with a greater reach. This weapon he's holding now is probably one of the best I've found in the game. He literally kicked the crap out of stuff with it. This is the only one of the only weapons that you can shoot. Let's see if this is the one. A beam with it. Yeah, that'll go all the way across the screen. See, and it's the only one like it, and it's very slow. Cool effect though. And then you can still get into bigger weapons. For example, this giant piece of crystal. See, when you swing this sucker, he just like lets it go. It's fun to use these. I like these heavy ones. Then you have This is from the DLC with the mouse. This is the cat's claw after you kill it. So it has this nanotechnology kind of poisoning. Let's see. It'll plant these nanotech kind of poison mines. If they walk into it, it hurts them. But again, it's very slow. You know the right move sets with it. Let me see if I can figure some out. You have to work usually with the momentum of the weapon in this. If you miss the... There we go. If you miss the window of it, then you won't do the full attack. So here I'm going R1, R1, then... No, I missed it. R1, that's R2, R2, 1, R1. He's only got the 2 with that, I guess. Oh, that's one there, I think. You go R1 light. No, sorry. R2 light. R1, R1, R2. Yeah. But I don't really like that. You'll see. I like the fast ones. So I don't want to mark as favorite. I want to unequip that. We want to make sure we have the peacekeeper. Alright, it's set up. Remove that. We'll put that one on. That one. You can see there's lots of weapons in this game, and there's neat different things. The staff, for example, here. It's short, but then when you do certain attacks, if it's working right, it'll come out of the staff. That doesn't seem to be working right. I can see the blue beam. This is the problem I had before with this weapon. I tend to not use it. I don't know why they got a little glitch there in the game. This is one of the type of swords. One of the best swords you can get in the game. Or, for example, let me see. I'll show you the different kinds of weapons right now. You have... So you've seen this staff. Like I said before, there's 2 kinds of staffs. So you have this sword. See? It's got the nanotech as well. Okay. Then you have and that's called the mimetic edge. It's one of the end boss weapons, and then the other one is the claws of Gestalt. This is considered the best weapon in the game after you beat it. So I've got both, of course, from beating it twice. This one combines movesets from the swords and the 2-handed claw weapons, so you can do both. I don't know how anymore. I can do backflip and all kinds of stuff with this. I just have to figure it out. Alright. And then you have, obviously, the fin like the spaceman guy has, which it has its, I think these ones, if this is, let's see if I can do this right. That's handy with these, that jumping swing. Let's see what else. And then you have your 2-handed. This is probably one of the neater ones. It's some sort of a, you find it in a facility behind a glass case, like some prototype thing. It's not that tough, but it does this. It's one of the weapons, like, I haven't even really figured it out as something that's useful, but it's still neat. That's one of the things I love about this game. They have all these kind of neat technology things you find. They're not necessarily the best thing, but this sort of stuns them or something. It sort of has like one of these, what do you call it? Like you're hitting them harder than it seems. And we have like big claws like this. It looks cool. You have that. Spin. Backflip. So as you get better and better and you learn the different, and then also point out things that have, so for example it says low impact, so it's lighter, as opposed to this one which has the high impact, and where you really notice it is on your stamina. When I swing this thing, you watch, I have to wait for it to go all the way up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and we're out of life. We're out of stamina. Switch it to the pole here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it goes a lot further. It's not as heavy. So picking your weapon, you know, you obviously, if you are using armor like that speeds you up, you're going to want to use a weapon that also is in that same area. So when I'm using a staff with this, it makes this guy
come back anytime.
lethal. Skip this. I think I showed this already, right? Earlier, the first hour. Basically, you have these different areas. You can go here, into here. Once you get your level up high enough, you're going to come in here. Mess me up. I'm not going to let them. Coming. Alright, let's do this. How much time we have? Only 20 minutes, so 20 minutes of kicking ass. Let's go.
Take care.
Next part. So I think I showed everybody this shortcut. Basically, I came through that way. So we're going to come back up here, take this guy out, get out of the way. Okay, pick that up. Take this guy. Picking anything up, just gonna take them out, get the text grab. Any of these little shortcuts, you can come up here. Just kill these guys as fast as I can. You gotta find in this game, like even the music in the background has this constant feeling of droning you out. It's sort of what's supposed to be happening in the game. I have to hand it to Focus Interactive. They did such a great job on this as far as the real feeling, you know, like, so it's supposed to be as if this is happening to you. With the nanotech, it's sort of in the air. These guys are already all infected. I don't remember what's down here. Let's check it out. Just have to bear with me here. I don't remember the layout exactly. Why can't I go in here? Let's explore. Okay. Oh. There's a guy down there. Man. Okay, so now we're going to put on our... I think that's all we need. See, now I'm in the toxic waste. I put on these filter pants, or whatever they're called, though. And I'm pretty sure the mask I'm wearing, all the masks in the game work as gas masks, from what I remember. These took all my stamina and energy with that. What do we got down here? It's tungsten alloy, that's it. Okay. Well, now we know. I almost thought for sure there was something down here you had to open and lock, but I guess not. Obviously, we're starting a new game. That right there is helpful. Never get out of our funny pants. He looks kind of funny like that. And back to... What are we in? Yeah. Our robo legs. Alright. Proceed into this place. Obviously, I've opened this door already. What's in here? This was a guy. You open that door, he jumps out and attacks you. But I'm pretty sure he's just one of these dudes. And the combos for this staff, I just, that's why I like it. It's so simple. Yeah, I almost don't pay attention to what I'm doing. It's more a feeling of how much time I see I have and how much stamina I have, depending on which button whether I use R1 or R2. Like, this is R1, R1, R2. You know, he slams down when you do R2, or lifts up like that. And it integrates right into the combo string perfectly. That was an R1 to a held down R2. R1, R1, yeah, hold square. Alright, what do we got here? Come down here. Can you do this yet?
Access unauthorized.
Okay, so for security personnel. So either in the facility you have to get kind of a security clearance, and then you can open that door. And that keeps occurring all through it. You need to keep finding higher and higher clearance. Of course, because you have to get to the boardroom to find out what's going on there. From memory now, this is the next difficult spot. Have to beat the first guy, I think, that has... This guy's easy. First guy that has claws. Yeah, there he is there. So... You'll see on the energy meter at the bottom there the lines where they're cut off. So drone is up to switch through them. You can have multiple ones selected, and you just have to know what the different symbol is. I think the shield stability, and then you'll see the energy marker as I'm switching is also moving those based on how much energy I have, whether it's I can use it or not. So you'll see as I go through these, I can use all of them, except for that one. No, I can use it. But here, I don't have enough for either anymore. So basically I have to beat this guy now with what we have. So we take a chance. And yeah, I guess I already did this stuff. Let's put back together. I can't remember. Must be, or would it give the option? So, why can't we get in here then? Now we go up this other side, and we'll come out on the other side of... I'm not sure I can go to a map right now, can I? There you can see all the implants I have on this one. Like, look at all my health. It's ridiculous. You see? And then stamina. Slows down time. Hot swap increases impact when energy is high. I don't even remember what I was doing here. I think I have a build here where as long as my energy's high, I'm pretty powerful, but I'm not really playing that way. I can't even remember how to play. We're getting there, though. It'll get better tomorrow. I was having, when I shut this game down at that point, it was like I was starting to get really into it. Like I raced through the last playthrough. Oops. I raced through my last playthrough. I remember telling my girlfriend, like, oh, I'm going to beat the game again. I'm going to do it again. And I literally just ran through the game. Because you get to know all the shortcuts and whatever. Like, I'll show you here. I'm not going to waste time with everything we just went through.
Please remember, safety at work is our highest priority and should be yours.
See, this is a shortcut, but you have to get back to it. So that shows me that I haven't opened that up yet. And as you open all the shortcuts up, is how you get to your next. So we opened that one up, remember, in the last one. We'll just go start from scratch here so I can show everybody. Then you open up this one through here, right? We were here before, you don't remember. killed these guys over here. Oh yeah. Get them out of the way quick. Nice sound effects. What? Thing followed us all the way over here. I don't know how much the tech scrap even matters at this point. I don't know. If I remember right, I can't actually upgrade my guy anymore. It gets to this point where you now are at, you know, I've reached top upgrade now. The enemies will get harder, and I have to kind of learn how to play in that spot. So this opens up to another shortcut. Now this is kind of game like Dark Souls. You don't have to kill anything. You kill it if you want tech scrap. Otherwise, it just keeps respawning, right? So you just move on through to where you've got to go. This is the other way to where we were, I'm showing you. Now, I believe I have to go to this. There's a boss fight in here, but we have to turn something on first. There's our tech scrap. So we'll go to that. Oh, hey, that was close. I'll hand him that one. Now, when you go back to your facility, this is another thing to point out. As you see, we picked up our tech scrap. So now, if we don't want to lose it, for example, if I were playing a new game where it's very important. I mean, right now, like I said, I don't know if it is with this guy. Every guy we've killed now will be gone, but whatever we left is still going to be there. So you just have to make sure you don't get hit, get yourself back to the beginning, and as long as you didn't waste time killing anyone, because you're not interested in that, you don't have to really get too upset about it, because you can just run right back out, run right past everybody, and right back to where you wanted to be. I'm gonna check this out, because I don't know if I can. You'll see my health will go up to full again and all that kind of stuff. So once you get here, you're safe. You're not going to lose anything. You can use it. I'm just going to bank it. I need a lot to level up anymore. I did run this before we started just to see, and I did upgrade, so I had built up some, I guess. Alright, so now
have a nice day, Warren.
We've gotten our health all the way back. We've gotten rid of our tech scrap. We've got nothing to lose. That's the way you play this game. You have nothing to lose right now. If you die doing what you have to do, then so be it. It's nothing to worry about. Literally nothing to lose. We're not going to worry about these guys. Get right over here. Pretty sure it's in where I have to go. There's a guy down there, but I'm not going to worry him. I'll just take my time here for a minute, take a look at the scenery here, because you're at a giant rocket facility, so you'll get different angles from different areas. I just thought it was so amazing that, and you eventually go you go to the top floor of that to sort of try and sort this mess out. Once I get in the groove of this, work our way through the levels. Now this guy, I'm trying to remember. There's a tougher guy here. Well, tougher or whatever. He's no match for him. The beginning's tough. Now, I have to remember, you can literally spend a long time in this game getting lost and looking for things. There, you see we unlocked the shortcut just by finding our way there. So now that will bring us, it's a shortcut now from that end of the facility right back to the office.
Do you require assistance, Warren?
We come back here, drop our tech scrap off, get our health all back again. Now,
Happy to help.
we're slowly making our way to the boss. And see if we can take him out. Now don't forget, because we went to the ops, all the enemies will be back again. Yeah, you should relax. You can't help it. They all have some sort of psychosis going on because this nanotechnology sort of infected everybody. Literally, the difference between living in this game and dying is your timing. Always your timing. You'll see right there, just that little second I waited to hit him is what kept me from getting hit. And he would have stunned me, stopping me from hitting him. So, sorry, I just gotta make sure we didn't miss anything here. There is something I'm supposed to do. So there's still a door or something. Whoa. That we're missing. Sometimes you gotta just go through, kill everybody, and then, you know, take your time sort of looking around until you find that missing switch. Wherever it is. So, we were down here before. From there. For some reason something about the hardest thing is that because it's so new to me and I've already progressed a little of the way when I'm starting now, I can't remember what. Okay, so if it can't be opened, so I would think that this is right here. I can't remember if it's re-going again when it fires up like that or what. But it won't let us interact with it, so it must be done. Let's see, where else is it? There's this whole underground area, but we did everything there. Except for the security clearance door. Through here again. Maybe. Let's try this again. I don't think it's gonna work. I think it'll come back
Access
here
unauthorized.
later on. Excuse me, can I have that then? Okay. Which way is that? We're slowly making our way through the level. Just gonna kill everything until we can't. It makes itself known. It's not down there, I don't know that. Where is that guy? I feel like you hear him beating his head or something. So that area we know is done. That door, I don't think it's ever gonna open. What's left? That's done. So you gotta go to these different areas to open these different doors, so I've done all that. You know, maybe I'm done this whole area and I just don't know it. That'd be fun. I will check. Basically, if I can get on the subway, which is unfortunate because I really wanted to show that boss battle, I might have to tomorrow when we fire it up, start a new game just to show it, and then we can carry on with this one. Let's just check. That's our grounding drone. usually, once you open up everything, you end up coming here. You have to fight this fairly big robot. Looks like something from RoboCop. You know, the AI mech in RoboCop. It's going back a long time ago. But it looks like that. It's called a PAX system. It's part of the security system. And I think I must have beat him already, so we'll just check. Because I don't think you can even get up here until you beat him. By the looks of it, I can go anywhere. Let's try.
Next stop, Central Production B. Personnel arrival.
Because I don't know how far I got in this game then, on this level. It's not a bad thing, I mean, other than I can't show the boss fights unless they're still available. Well, maybe take the NG+2 all the way up and then go from there. Now I got basically got off the train at Central Station B.
That was an amazing experience. I mean, you already know
another facility.
Not just another company. Our founder, Jonah Gutenberg, has a vision.
Yeah, so I'm not into the second phase because things change throughout these areas. Like basically security comes in.
Jonah saw the world deteriorate before his eyes. It was not just the social, economic problems, the divide between the haves and the have-nots. No, it was bigger. Crops were failing, sea levels rising, droughts, floods, storms. Our world was dying. Project Resolve is designed not as a band-aid, but as a cure. With every launch, the integrity of our atmosphere is being strengthened. With every rocket's payload, our world is being reseeded for future generations. Jonah used his considerable influence to bring together world leaders and corporations to create the Kyoto Accord. No longer could the environmental changes be ignored. Many even deemed it too late. But Jonah had an idea, and using his company's extensive resources, he'd already prototyped what would become Project Resolve. And that's why you're here, to make a difference. That's why Creo's here. That's why we're all here, to make a dream reality. Not just for us, but for our children, and for our children's children.
Okay. That guy just keeps talking over and over on all the monitors.
Jonah Gutenberg, founder of Creo. That was an amazing experience. I mean,
these maps absolutely suck in the game. You literally need to sort of figure your way around. This is where you get your drone when you start, which you can see it's showing our character and that I've completed it. Basically link up to a drone comes out of here, and then you upgrade your drone as you go. So once we go in here, this will take us to stage 2. We'll just get ourselves safely to the ops here. There's nothing to fight. Okay, so yeah, this is, I'm pretty sure this is where I left off. Here comes a guy with the bigger hammer. No match for us. But there's a way I can tell. We'll just run over. See, did I already charge that? Jeez. Already made it through here.
Clearance required.
Just going to drop this scrap off. We'll do a quick run into level 2 here before I shut it down for the
Do you require assistance, Warren?
Let's see. How far I've got, because I don't know.
Come back anytime.
Who's this?
I'm so glad to see you, man. I ain't feeling right. Not right at all. I need my meds. Bad.
Save these
It's
guys.
been hours, man. I can't make it without them.
Ended up killing them in my other playthrough, because you accidentally, if you swing your weapon in here, you'll hurt them.
What meds do you need?
It's an implant. Called Modaxinol. I will die without it, man. Last time I went out... Well, you know what happened. Seriously, I'm in bad shape.
Yeah, you are. You're useless. Yeah,
I'll try to find it for you.
You don't know how much I'd appreciate that. Seriously. Thanks. I know it's asking a lot. I mean, who wants to go out there, right? But please. I don't want to get sick.
Okay, what's this guy got to say? Oh.
How are you and Hobbs getting along?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't want to help me. Totally wrapped up in himself. I mean, if it was him who needed his meds, I mean, it's not like I'm being overdramatic here, you know?
Have to go.
Hey, don't forget about me, okay? I'm counting on you here.
We made it, buddy. Good to see you. And don't think I forgot I owe you. Found this. Here, take it. Might help.
What's this?
You met Davy?
Oh, yeah. Can't say I care for him much. Wanted me to fetch him his meds. Of course I said no. Man, was he pissed. He's crazier than I thought if he thinks I'm going out there again.
Oh, are you gonna hide in here for the rest of your life?
Any trouble getting here?
Nah, it was right around. All right, guess you're in a hurry.
Yeah, I don't want to hear your excuses.
Have a nice day, Warren. Look out for your fellow workers. They look out for you. Do you require assistance, Warren?
Time, bud. Let's go. Oh, okay. Not tough enough. Oh! I don't have time for this.
Just follow the footprints to the summit and get ready for a hell of a tour. First, a certified tour guide will meet you there, show you our mind-blowing fabrication technologies, and tend to your every need before escorting you back to Creo World.
I'm not going to be able to give anybody a really good representation of the game if I've already made it this far.
Always free to you and your family.
Anyway,
welcome visitors of Creo World to the guided tour of
that's
our
a
famous
2-hour little intro to the game.
Just follow the footprints to the summit.
Get out of
and
this
get ready
noisy
for
Don Hackett.
Why pay for expensive gym and spa memberships when Creo has state-of-the-art facilities right here? And as for vacation, what if I told you you can have one every week? That's right. With Creo's Dream Tourist Systems, or DTS, you can go anywhere in the world and even beyond.
It's a shortcut back to the beginning. Let's see. Chased me right off the edge. Well, where to bring us back here. All right, well, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Throw another 2 hours on it. We'll see if I get any feedback or whatever. I kind of want to play this game based on the general interest, if there is any. I'm still gonna want to, I'm gonna get a copy of it. Part 2 is coming out soon, and it looks really awesome. So it's like anything, you get good at this one, and then the second one will be ready for it. So that's what the plan is. I'm going to play the Surge for a little while on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 till 12. And we have, I might as well, in case, I don't know if we have Days Gone. For, I believe we're going to do that Wednesdays from now on. I think I'm going to start doing a new game review where I'll play all day Wednesday. As long as it takes, we'll try and get as far into the game as we can so we can give this a decent review right off the bat. I waited for this game for a long time. Got caught up in Anthem and stuff, which I'm still doing, but I do really want to cut into this game. So Days Gone's coming. And yeah. We'll see everybody tomorrow for the Surge at 10 o'clock if you're joining us, and we'll be back probably tomorrow earlier than that. We'll do some rips and Anthem. Alright, everybody have a good night. Thanks for watching if you tuned into this after. Subscribe to the channel if you're interested. I really appreciate the subs. It's not an easy thing now to do what this is. I want to grow into something, and legitimate as it is, you still have to push yourself up the hill kind of thing. So any community involvement I can find is going to help me, and any way I can help anyone else out there, that's what I'm all about. Anyway, have a good night everybody, and we'll see you later. Thanks for joining us.